Hey guys, had I guess some interesting findings today. I have been using the it's IDTS. It's the indoor what is that, Dryfire training system. For those of you guys that don't know, and I got mine a little jerry-rigged right now, but what it is you have this I guess scope adapter that goes on the front of your rifle. They make these adapters specific for different sizes of rifle for objective lens, I guess millimeters or whatever. And they have essentially either a scope cap or a cover like this that has a reduction of the objective lens down to a smaller, and then it has a lens that works to adjust the parallax so that you can shoot dry fire practice indoors with this thing over here. The basement's a little bit messy in the holidays here, but these are, I guess, little mountain ranges that have, you'll see this in the scope camera. They have targets where you can dry fire and do strings of fire and different things like that. Corresponds, I'll tell you what the light's for here in a little bit, corresponds to specific targets that are on here at certain ranges in either MOA or mil sizes. And then we're going to talk about this, because the one thing that I have been struggling with a bit as I've been trying to use the IDTS I guess system, where it's been really dark and I can only run my scope to a little over 10 power, maybe 12 power or so, before it gets so dark, and it's just really hard to see the range banner that comes with it. So I was on some forums today and kind of put two and two together and noticed that there were some guys that were using their iPads or computer screens to put a target, I guess, image similar to the indoor dry fire training system. Now there's another company that's similar, which is DFATs, DFATS. They have a similar system. They don't have the big banner, but they have a similar scope cap. I think they make theirs out of like Butler Creek caps, and then they print what are they, like 7.5 by 11 sheets of paper that have essentially what's on the computer screen. Now I've added some more targets today to what you can download on their website, but they already have them scaled out. They come out really close. I think they come with an MOA and a 2 MOA and a 2.5 MOA target on there. But I've added a few more through a PDF editor. And so what I thought I would do is have my trigger cam on the rifle, and I will show you some of the differences of what I'm talking about, and then I'll talk about the light too that you'll see down there, which is important of what I've struggled with. And I only found this out today, and maybe I didn't do a good job reading directions. I have to go back and look, but I didn't know you had to throw a spotlight on the banner system. So here we go. So I'm going to set you guys up here. You can watch along, and then I'll blend in some footage here from the trigger cam. So switch over to the trigger cam. So I am going to start here. So this is a Vortex Razor 4.5 to 27. I'll go through kind of tell you where some of the magnification markers are at, and then I think we'll look at these here. So there There's 8, 10. You get it, see it's pretty small. The other thing you'll notice is it's already getting darker. The trigger cam does have some type of darkening on the lens, so it's a little bit better in person, but you'll see, I'll kind of do some back and forth. So we're 15, here's 20 power. So I know quite a few people run PRS 15 to 20 power-ish range. I run usually around 18 for the most part, unless it's closer in, it'll back down some more. But and then here is 27. Okay, so, and I'm going to show you guys what the spotlight is for. Let me back it all the way down. Okay guys, so I had to pause in the middle of editing. I had to do so much brightening of that first section of trigger cam on the banner from the IDTS, just so you guys could actually see it. And so as you come into this next part of the video, it's probably a little bit unfair, but there's still, you guys will notice how much significant difference using the computer screen with the IDTS, or I'm guessing is probably similar with the DFAT's ocular lens cover that's for the parallax, and you'll see me toggle back and forth, but it is almost impossible at high magnification with the video footage from the trigger cam to even see the banner in the trigger cam. So that's why it looks like a little weird cover. So I cut it, the color correction and the lightning from when I first started to go through the banner into the spotlight, and then there'll be no more color correction on the rest of the video. Back to the video. Okay. And then here, you'll start to see a bit of a difference. So let's see, 8, 10, 20, and just know that the trigger cam, the blurriness is the blurriness is more of the trigger cam shaking. It looks pretty clear through the scope. Probably get it down a little bit better, but that's all the way up on 27 power. So so if you're going to use the banner, which I didn't realize until today, until I started testing this, you have to throw a spotlight on it. So I'll back this down. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm easily 14 to 16 feet back. Lens to the target is where this thing's focused, and it parallaxes on my scope. The parallax setting is around 400. It's in between the 300 and the 500 marks here. So the thing that this is doing using an illuminated screen is creating essentially the spotlight, and so you're adding more light to the visual picture. I'm at 8 power, 15 power, 20 power, and then 27. So you can see that's a little over, just over half a mil, so that's a 2 MOA target right there. And just so you guys know, I'm going to back it down to where 20 power is at. And I'm going to go back and forth so you guys can see, if you're not using a spotlight, how frustrating it is because of how dark this gets, right? I mean, it just a big difference in my opinion. So like I said, these came with the 2 KYL racks on the left. I added a third one in the center, which is the diamonds. These were 2.5. I added a 1 MOA circle to the next to those. These were the 2 MOA squares. I've added some 1 by 2 MOA, some 1 MOA there. I've added some animals. There's a couple coyotes, there's a couple gopher poppers, a bunny, a couple pigs, a Sasquatch. These were on there. I think there's, you guys can see, so there's some going out at range. Let's see how clear. I need to be a little bit closer on the screen. I backed this up so you guys can see the indoor Dryfire banner. Let's see if I get the, but that goes out to, it's like 1,200 yards from 800 yards on the full IPSC and the 66%. So, but you can tell, I mean, it's just, I was so frustrated trying to see through my scope and it just being so dark. I couldn't use it at anything that was, you know, reasonably high power. So I'm at 20 right now. It was just really dark. But now I can work a lot better positional. So running backwards. Get a little sloppy on those big ones there. Then going down, let's see where the gopher. So just wanted to share a little tip for you. So might be a good idea if you guys are looking at the indoor dry fire training system or the DFATs, DFATS, it stands for something too, that maybe you want to look into this. And then I'm going to do a little camera break and I'm going to show you one last thing here. Okay, so I'm not going to do the professional thing and do the screen recording and all that, but I am on the DFAT's website. This is the, I think, what is DFAT page here. So if you scroll all the way down, they have, you can see the targets. You can download a bunch of targets. There's PDFs. This is the one that I have that I've added to. There's a PowerPoint that has a bunch of other ones. The other ones that are on this are kind of grainy, so I picked the best one. But they have a couple YouTube videos, and I'll pan back over, but you can see we got a mover going. They have the slow one as it's labeled, and then they have a fast one. But let me run back over here. Okay, so you can see, so do a little ambush, about 1.5 mil. 1.5 mil. They also have a small one on the bottom. It's going to start back. I think I've only shot a mover one time in my, well, twice. Take that back, it's twice. So pretty cool on the website. Check it out. Again, this was the indoor dry fire training system. DFATs is the other one. I think there was a IOTAS or something like that. So really good for indoor dry fire. Illumination makes a world of difference.